These past months, these protests have been mostly peaceful, but there have been some instances of people causing damage. What are you seeing today?
Well, the protest started off as all protests do, fun, friendly atmosphere. I'm in the middle of it now. Things are calm where I am, but we certainly did see earlier on the violence that we have seen in past demonstrations, unfortunately, around about the Lareton restaurant, which you were mentioning before. Some more radical groups which kind of got to the front of the march, they set fire to part of the canopy that hangs over the restaurant. We saw the pompiers, the fire brigade, coming through though, and actually the demonstrators who I was with were clapping and putting their hands in the air to say, let the fire brigade through to put out that demonstration, because of course the vast majority of demonstrators are not violent. It's radical groups, violent fringe groups who kind of find an opportunity here in Paris. A demonstration is a great opportunity to come and set fires and smash things. I've seen broken glass on the floor. I've seen some fires, small fires burning, and I did see the police at one point actually charge into the demonstration and split it in two. Their strategy, it seemed, was to try to split off the troublemakers from the rest of the demonstrators who wanted to carry on demonstrating peacefully. To what extent that was a success, we'll have to wait and see to what extent this demonstration deteriorates, or if it will end in a not so violent manner, we hope, in an hour or so time.
Now, Claire, the union's trying to keep up the momentum here, but both sides of this dispute are waiting for an April 14th verdict from France's Constitutional Council, which is going to decide whether or not the pension reform is valid. Can you tell us a little bit more about what that decision could mean for the reform?
Well, certainly the unions are trying to keep up the momentum. As you said, we have several different unions out in force today with their banners, with their flags, and everyone I've spoken to says they're really determined to march today, but of course march in the weeks to come. That decision, which we are expecting from the Constitutional Council at the end of next week, will be important. The Constitutional Council here in France is a body which assesses whether legislation complies or not with the Constitution. So yeah, all eyes will be on that in a week's time. But today, the sun's just come out. Of course, it's springtime in Paris. The weather is going to continue to get warmer. The trade unions are hoping they can keep up the momentum, keep getting people out into the streets in the weeks to come.
Right, that show of public support, very important to the unions to put their cards on the table in these negotiations. Claire Paquelin in Paris, thank you so much for your reporting. Now, Francis.